that the Aadmi Party is having nationally ever since it announced that it would scale up after its spectacular debut in the December 8th election results. I want to first take you through the methodology that's been used by C-Voter in conducting this poll. This is a snap poll. It's been conducted on one day on the 8th of January. There were a total of 1,956 respondents in the 24 state capitals. I must make it absolutely clear that this is an urban India only opinion poll. All the respondents were in urban pockets in the state capitals. The poll C-Voter predicts has a margin of error of 3 or -3 or +3%. The poll has been conducted over telephone. It's not a face-to-face poll. It's been conducted over telephone. I want to now take you through one of the most important findings of this opinion poll, and that is that 75% of the people, 3/4 of the respondents say they want a chief minister like Arvind Kejriwal in their state. A whopping 3/4 of those who were polled said they are looking for a chief minister just like Arvind Kejriwal. Just take a look at those figures. A very, very high number there for a man who's just days ago become the chief minister of Delhi, and now people across the country saying that they want a chief minister like Kejriwal. I want to now come to whether people believe that there is a high level of awareness of the AAP or not, and also whether they believe that the Aadmi Party can succeed in the Lok Sabha elections. Take a very close look at the numbers on your screen right now, because at this, the 23% who are saying that they believe that Aadmi Party will get a majority, that's the dark red. 30% say that Aadmi Party will put up a tough fight against the BJP and the Congress. Add these two, that's 53% of the respondents saying they believe that the Aadmi Party will make a major dent in the Lok Sabha elections. That is huge, because 1/4 of those polled say that the Aadmi Party could end up winning a majority in the elections. 30% say they will put up a tough fight. That is 53% saying that they believe the Aadmi Party will put up an incredibly good performance in the Lok Sabha elections. Let's take a look at the level of awareness of the Aadmi Party. And this question is important because the first step towards getting someone's vote is to make the voter aware of your presence, your policies and your promises. A whopping 89% of people across all four regions, the north, the south, the west and the east, say they are aware of the Aadmi Party. Remember, usually it takes years for a party to set itself up, first as a regional force and then decades to set itself up as a national force. But aided by 24/7 television, the ever-increasing spread of social media, the Aadmi Party has been able to achieve this feat within years of its formation. Let's now come to the next question. Does the Aadmi Party represent the common man? 72% say they believe the Aadmi Party represents them. 17% is don't know, can't say. The number of people who say the Aadmi Party does not represent the common man is only 11%. This is across caste, across socio-economic parameters and across the geographical divide of the country. Very, very high numbers that we're seeing so far. Can we bring that camera out, please? If I could just ask our camera person to bring this camera, and so that viewers can get a closer look of the screen. What is the biggest attribute of Kejriwal and the Aadmi Party? In a time when corruption is more the norm than the exception, people say the honesty that Arvind Kejriwal has come to symbolize is the biggest attribute of the Aadmi Party. 51% think that's their biggest asset. 14% say their idealism is what inspires them. 7% say that they find Kejriwal dynamic. But honesty, remember, seems to be right at the top. Now take a look at these figures. You know, these are the negative questions. These are trick questions that Yashwant Deshmukh, and you'll hear from him in just a moment, put there. Only 6% said that they thought Kejriwal was opportunistic because he tied up with the Congress despite saying he will not ally with either the Congress or the BJP. Only 2% felt that what Aam Aadmi Party leaders were saying was impractical. The BJP says they believe in cuckoo economics, they don't know what they're doing, but only 2% felt that the Aam Aadmi Party was impractical, and even lesser, a mere 1% feel that Aam Aadmi Party is being destructive. These are very, very incredible numbers there. Why is Kejriwal different from all other politicians? Let's take a look at that figure. 7% think he's the angry action hero. They identify with him. 34% say he's clean and clear, and they believe that's the biggest reason they support Kejriwal. 29% like him because he's the underdog. Only 6% say he's just like the others. Remember, this poll has been conducted in 24 state capitals across the country with almost 2,000 respondents, and it shows you that the popularity of Kejriwal at this time is cutting across the states. Why do people support Arvind Kejriwal? Let's take the results for this question. 24% say they share his dream of a new India. And look at this figure very carefully. Swaraj, or the decentralization of power that Kejriwal talks about, is not a big idea in the minds of people. Only 1% say they support him because of decentralization. The biggest number is here. 43% say they support Kejriwal because of his stance on corruption, because they like his strong anti-corruption stand. 43% support him. Shunning privileges is 5%, but this is the one that I feel is important. 6% only feel that they want more water and electricity subsidy. That's it. So out of the 100 people, only 6% say they support Kejriwal because he promises more water and electricity subsidies. Now that is a strong message to all those populists in the Aam Aadmi Party who've been pushing for extra subsidies, because the respondents clearly are not rooting for that. We'll take some of the other graphics later. I want to introduce you to our panelists. We've got a representative from the Congress Party, Yogendra. Yashwant Deshmukh is joining us. We've got GVL Narasimha Rao as well. I want to ask Yashwant first, the broad strokes, the takeaways from just the numbers that we've put out so far that are emerging, because yours is the first national poll. There's a lot of buzz around the Aam Aadmi Party. What are the big takeaways that you've picked up?
I'm really surprised the way people are very well informed about the Aam Aadmi Party. I was not expecting that outside the metropolitan that many people would be knowing about it, but it seems that because of the media penetration and because of the amazing contest that we had seen in Delhi, it seems that almost 90% of the urban India actually knows about Aam Aadmi Party. They know very well that they have formed a government in Delhi. Yes, there is a variation on that particular question if you have some time over there, that not many know that they have formed a government along with the support of Congress. But yes, amazing information exposure, number one. And an amazing, equally amazing sense of affiliation or affinity towards the Aam Aadmi Party. And that is what has made me, I mean, it's really surprising that how quickly, within just a matter of few weeks, a new party which has come to the government, form a government in Delhi, is coming, taking up this much of a headline or this much of affinity for the middle class. It's amazing.
Is unprecedented, without parallel in India's electoral history. It's taken years for parties to establish themselves, first as regional forces and then decades more to establish themselves as national players. GVL Narasimha Rao, the BJP must be in deep panic, because this is a sign of things to come. The voting preference, and I know you will argue that voting preference doesn't equal votes, which is true, but the voting preference seems to indicate that the mood is not as pro-Modi as you would have liked to believe it is or was before the 8th of December. There's an X factor that's jumped into your point.